My name is Carlisha. I'm a part of the Procrastinators.
And I'm Jacob, and I'm also a part of the Procrastinators. And this small corner here is representing myself. And so I have the pasta here because my family's really Italian. And this is a picture of an overview of the city of Orlando. And that's because I've been living here for the last 23 years of my life. This is a football, which has been a big part of my family and my family's life. I participated in football from when I was 6 years old till I'm still a part of it today. And then UCF, I have my mother, my father, and my only other sibling went there, here. And me as well, keeping the tradition going. And my section that I was, what's it called?
His conflict style was compromising.
Yes, my conflict style was compromising. I actually really agreed with the test because I do like to come to a compromising conclusion where everybody in the party gets something out of it from each other. And an example of that would be me and my roommate. He wasn't really a clean person, so we implemented a schedule to where he only had to clean twice a week, and I would handle the rest of the days because I usually would be trying to clean 7 days a week, and it just got too hectic. So he gave in a little bit, I took back a little bit, and from that example, we were able to find a compromising solution.
Hi. Okay, so this little section of the board belongs to me. And basically what it says is, despite everything that's going on, as college students, we have so much going on, so many different things on our mind. You still have to stay positive and believe that you are next. You have to look towards your future and all that good stuff. And basically, you're going to make it. And the conflict style that I was given was also compromise. And I really like compromise because I believe that everyone has to make sacrifices sometimes to get where they want to be. An example of compromising is our group. We all picked out times and I guess adjusted our schedules a little bit so that we could all get together and make our little vision happen. So that's conflict style.
Hi, I'm Jenna. I'm also part of the Procrastinators, and that is my glitter. So I took this bottom portion down here, starting with the picture right here. I have a divorced family, so I have 5 siblings. 3 of us are from one set of parents, from my dad and my stepmom, and 2 of us are from the other side. The only sibling that I'm really close to anymore is my biological sister, who is from my mother's side, and that one's down here. So her and I are the only 2 that really talk to each other. And because of that, we've grown really close over the past few years, especially since we both go to UCF. Now we're no longer just always texting or emailing at each other and trying to find one another. We are always right on top of each other. We get lunch every week and all that good stuff, so she's a really important part of my life. The others aren't pictured because I don't really get to see them anymore because my divorced father and my stepmother and I don't really talk. So that's why they're not pictured on the board. I do have a Jewish star down here, because I am Jewish. My last name is Shankman, that's pretty obvious. And I do have the Kabbalistic symbols over here because Judaism does have a more spiritual sector that's known as Kabbalism. It has several main points down the body that are spiritual connectors. And they are made to be centered so that you are connecting to the sky from the head and you are connected and grounded to the earth by your feet. So I do take a lot more faith in that than mythical man in the sky kind of idea, but that's my personal idea. Down here, I do have 2 cosplay shots. So one of them is me as Harley Quinn. Not the most colorful shot at the moment, but I only have a black and white printer. And the bottom one is a cosplay that I actually designed with 4 other cosplay artists. So cosplay is costume play. So you go to large-scale conventions, you make these amazing costumes, and you show off to other people who also do the same thing. On that note, that bottom one took me around 6 months, so it's one of my better pieces. It's also one of the ones I'm a lot more proud about, and it ended up in 4 separate magazines as one of the Cosplay Awards of the Year. So definitely wanted to include that. Over here, I actually am the only one who picked dominating, and we do have a kind of king of the hill poster going on. I have, like I said, 4 siblings. I had 2 above, 2 below. I grew up fighting for every word that I can get in that my parents could hear. So I have a very conflicting style of conflict management. It is, when it gets really bad, it's very much my way or the highway. I have a tendency to believe that I genuinely do have the best set of plans, and it's going to take a lot of convincing to make me think a different way. And then even then, in high stress situations, I usually then tend to think that that was my plan from the beginning. So I do very much have a dominating style. I actually do run the martial arts club here on campus, mixed martial arts at UCF. And for 2 years when I was running it, anything that was a problem between me and SEC, which is the head of UCF Sports Center, we would have long scale meetings because they know that I would sit there and I would continuously argue until they finally gave in. Because I knew I was right. I had the facts, they didn't, and I knew simply that I was right. So I do have an aggressive style of conflict management. Over here, we also have the transformative metaphor. So the transformative metaphor that we picked was not being open to different opinions, is like only singing in the shower and thinking yourself a professional. We did put that because you can sing in the shower all you want and you can think that you're great and you're awesome, but you can't really call yourself a professional until you go in front of other people, you hear their feedback and you take it to heart. You can't call yourself open-minded, and if you can't take other people's opinions, then 1, you shouldn't be giving opinions, and 2, you won't ever learn anything from the world. You have to be willing to be open-minded, listen, hear from other people that you may not necessarily agree with, and then talk to them and see who's willing to maybe give way on a certain fact or hear your side of the story, but you also have to be willing to take that as well. You can't just give out opinions and say, I'm the best at this, or I know this, or this is definitely the way that it goes, and this is coming from the dominating person. But you can't just do that repeatedly and then say, oh, well, everyone agrees with my opinions. These people are eventually just going to start avoiding you, shutting down, or not argue with you anymore because they'd rather you go away.
I'm Jimmy. I'm also part of the procrastinators. So my pictures, I chose, where are my pictures? All right, so for some of my pictures, I have UCF, because I go to UCF, and it's a big transition in my life, transferring over to university, college. Still only 2.5 hours from my hometown, but still leaving home, leaving the parents' home, moving on to my own apartment. So it's a big step in my life, that's why I put it on there. I put a hand that's writing because I enjoy writing. I like to write creative pieces like poetry and or like screenplays for like movies and stuff. I have a funny face with glasses, and just because I like to keep things light and keep my life humorous. A movie film because I do enjoy movies. I've always loved going to the movie theater and seeing the new movies out with my family and friends. And then I have a dog, a Rottweiler. My Rottweiler is a big part of my life. It's like a man's best friend, you know. I have a 4-leaf clover because I am Irish, and it's a pretty big part of my life. I've been to Ireland, Dublin, and for one summer, and it was a lot of fun. Me and my family, we all went, and it's a cherished memory I hold, and that's why I put it on my board. I have the Florida sign. I've been in Florida my whole life. I love the state. I love the sunshine, and I don't know where I'd be if I wasn't living in Florida. I have 2 silhouettes of boxers. In high school, I did mixed martial arts. I think that played a big role in who I became as a person, with a nice, passionate coach that taught me a lot of valuable lessons, and having a nice group of teammates in the class every day. It really just shaped who I was as a person, and that's why I put that on there. I have a family skiing on a mountain. I have a picture of a family skiing because family is a huge part of my life. I love my family, and every year we go to North Carolina, and during Christmas time, our vacation, and we ski. And yeah, family's a big part of my life, and I plan on to continue to be close with my family and everything. And if we go over to the conflict styles, I put avoiding. Just when conflict arises, I don't really like to come at it head on. I like to kind of hopefully avoid it and just drag it out. Hopefully it resolves on its own. I don't really like conflict, but learning the new styles, I think I'm going to start changing it and become better possibly with compromising or even collaborating. I think that's a more proactive style. So from this class, I think, and all the techniques I learned, even with meditation, I think I can find a better technique than avoiding. Because at the end of the day, when you avoid conflict, I don't believe that it's going to be the best to resolve that problem. And yeah, that's what I got.
Hi, I'm Bridget, and I'm going to take you through why I put these pictures on this board. I'm also going to go over my conflict style, which is avoidance. Don't judge me. But to begin, this is my soccer team right here. I actually am a UCF soccer player. We won the American Conference Championship this year, or last season, so last year. But I put that picture because like I love those girls to death. Those girls are my best friends, and I like winning, of course, and I love soccer because it's my passion, and I plan to pursue it as a career, so that's good. I'm from Hollywood, Florida, so I have a picture of the beach. Right here, the picture of Hollywood Beach. And I was born and raised in Florida, lived in Hollywood my whole entire life, have never lived anywhere else, and I love the beach, so I put Hollywood Beach. These are my two brothers. They're older, Michael and Daniel, and put them on this board because they are the two most important people in my life other than my parents. So this was actually our Christmas photo, pretty funny, but put them on the board because I love them and talk to them every single day, and those are my best friends. So this right here is a picture in France. I went to France over winter break with my roommates who I've gotten so close with, and I feel like I've just been saying everyone's my best friend on this board, but like, I mean it. So this is Adrian, Chloe, and Carrie, and I went to France with them. Chloe's from Paris, and I had the time of my life, first time going to Europe, and I suggest it to everyone, so that was a really fun time. And this right here is a picture of Uncle Sam throwing up a peace sign, and I put that because I'm super patriotic and I love America. July 4th is my favorite holiday. But now I'll sign over here, and I will explain to you why I'm an avoider. So my comic style, like I said, is avoidance, and I think this is my comic style because I'm really stubborn. It's actually very bad, probably the worst comic style you can have. But yeah, I'm not really good with confrontation and just like getting over things. I'm really bad at just dealing with things like that, like conflict, of course. So I'm always one who just takes myself out of the situation, which is the worst thing to do, but like that's how I've grown up, and I plan on changing it, but for right now it's looking like it's gonna stay the same for a little bit. But yeah, that's really it. That's me.